All right. Okay, let's get started. I made a couple of changes to the agenda. This semester, it's a little bit of short semester, especially we have a couple of holidays in between, which are going, well, they're not going to impact this particular section. The other section is going to be impacted. There's 2 weeks, 2 Mondays that they're missing. So we'll see how we work on that. Also, I had to change the date of the midterm and the final. I had to bring that a little earlier, since this semester ends almost 2 weeks earlier than I thought. So the midterm I changed from the 29th to the 22nd, and the final is 5 weeks later on Monday, December the 3rd. Right, so that's also the same week that the final project is due. Right, and oftentimes I get folks asking me that it's hard to have the final exam due the same week. So I guess the other alternative is to make the final project due the week before. I don't know if you would prefer to do that. Because we need this whole week to evaluate the project, and I have to have final grades by December the 17th. So we need that time to evaluate the project. There's 120 some odd students, so it's quite a bit of work, grading everyone. So yeah, but that's fine. The final is on Monday, and the project is due that following Sunday. So they're apart. You have a week or so between the two, right? So it's not running this on top of each other. Also, I made a couple of movements with the idea of bringing NoSQL a little earlier. Basically, the big change here was that I moved XML towards the end of the semester as opposed to earlier on, and I moved ORMs from later in the semester. I brought it here right after we looked at JDBC, I think this is a better flow, since we'll first take a look at how to implement it programmatically by hand, talk to the database programmatically using Java, and then that's a nice segue on how to automate some of the stuff that we did manually. You say, well, all this manual stuff you did here, look, we can automate a lot of that boilerplate code that you would have to write anyway by using ORMs. Once we have that, then we can move on to web services and displaying content and accessing data, exposing it through RESTful services, and then we'll get a chance to play around with MongoDB and interact with it, interface with it using Node.js. All right, so I think those are mostly the changes that I made. Here, assignment 4. Really, assignment 4 would have to be available this week, but since I don't see you, right, you're in the middle of a midterm, I won't be able to give you the assignment 4. It's going to go out the week of the midterm and due 2 weeks later. But because we don't have a way to chat, I'm going to introduce it the week before the midterm, right? Also, assignment 3 really would be due the week of the midterm. Right, but I'm just going to give you one more week, perhaps, after that. Right, but assignment 4 is like the week right after that. Let's see, what else? I think that's it. Any questions? All right.